One of my favorite times of the year in horse racing, as it is with most people who love the sport of kings, is the weeks leading up to the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby and Kentucky Derby weekend. The wagering opportunities are plentiful. There are always shots to take, and just as important, there are always horses to bet against, and some of them are going to be short prices. On the Kentucky Derby Past the Wire annual seminar, we go into all of this. Deep dive the Oaks, deep dive the Derby, and also look at key races on the Kentucky Derby card leading up to that ultimate test. 1.25 mile, 3-year-olds on the first Saturday in May. What we can do at the Derby seminar is help you be as prepared as possible. Share some shots that we are going to take and some key horses that we're going to bet against. Ticket strategies, wagering strategies, money management, speed figures, pace, projected trips. We cover it all. We get really into it, and we always have a great time, and we try and always put ourselves in position to do some serious shopping after the races. It takes a certain kind of horse, like it takes a certain kind of car to win on those big days. We are going to seek them out, and if it works out, they'll never take us alive.
For 150 years, the Kentucky Derby has stood as the most enduring tradition in American sports. And in our time, one stallion is reshaping its legacy. Back-to-back Derby winners. His first son at stud siring another. A dynasty in motion. A motion that again has forward momentum toward Louisville, with another elite crop of 3-year-olds bearing his genes. Spendthrift Farm, home of Into Mischief.
Knowledge, it ain't free. You gotta pay attention, and don't believe the hype.
Well, hello everyone. Here we are, 1 week closer to the Kentucky Derby, and it looks like the field's starting to get a little set there. So with us being not too far out, we will start having some show specials and everything on this Past the Wire channels. So make sure that you are staying tuned every time. Hit that subscribe button down below. Hit the bell there so you can get every one of our shows about this, getting ready for the Kentucky Derby itself. And like I said, it's just a couple of weeks away. And we're going to talk about last week. Last week, I tried to pick 4. We didn't hit it. We just missed. Well, we didn't just miss it. We missed it. We hit 3, but 3 out of 4, which doesn't do it. Though our one race, we just missed it completely. Didn't have a shot there. So we are going to go back at Keeneland again. We're going to go and get them. We're going to go with a pick 4 again. That's what we're going to do. So let's try it. Before I get started, I do want to thank Racelands once again for all the tools they give us, and plus all our sponsors too. And then, hey, once again, if you have questions, please send me an email, and I will answer your questions, no matter what it's about. You know, if it's about trainers, owners, how to own, how to claim a horse, how to buy a horse. There's plenty of sales going on right now. We could go there. I could help you with that. Take care of that for you. Just remember, hit that. Just send me an email right there, charles@pastthewire.com. So let's dig into Saturday. We're going to try to make a little Kentucky Derby money, and that's our main goal for the next couple of weeks. And we'll just try to do that. So the first This is going to be our first week trying to do that. And here we go. Race number 8 at Keeneland. It is an allowance race going 1 1/8 miles. This is for older horses. And this is a very, very good, interesting race. They are going on the dirt. Now, we'll start with the 1 horse here. Last time out, this horse was supposed to, I guess they were supposed to run on turf, didn't run on turf. Time before that, ran on turf. Did okay, nothing big. But the last time out on the dirt, did very well at the fairgrounds. Won by 9 and change. Looked really good doing it. If you go and look at that video, the horse did very, very good. Chris Block. He doesn't have tons of runners right now here at Keeneland, but the ones he does, they run pretty good, and he gets them fit. Now, he's been pretty hot of late, too. 27% in the win, 114 plus in the ROIA column. Return on your investment looks pretty good. So this horse is going to be coming from behind in this 1 1/8 miles race. Now, personally, in this race for me, do I think this horse has a major shot at winning? I don't think so, but, I would not turn this horse down for, the bottom side of my exotics. I think this horse has got a great shot at hitting that. But other than that, I'm going to take a pass. Let's see what Raceland's angles here. Yeah, the horse won last time as the favorite. That's a good plus. But the negative part one, his running style is coming from way behind. And especially at Keeneland, that short stretch, that's very hard to do. But let's see how he does. On to the number 2 horse. Bill Mott's the trainer. Last time out, this horse did not do much. It was on the turf. And the time before that was on turf. So let's see what Bill does when he takes him from turf to dirt. He gets 22% win. Excellent. Plus 20% ROI, return on your investment. Gotta like that, I guess. But now here we are. We got the last couple of times. Let's see when he ran. This horse ran on dirt at Keeneland. Didn't do too bad, but still wasn't quite there. For me in this race, do I think this horse is a major player? I don't know. I don't think so. I personally am going to take a seat back and watch this one go. I'm not even going to play it on my bottom side of my exotics. This horse is 20 to 1. I see this horse being a little bit higher than that probably when the time is done. So for me, I'm taking a solid pass. And let's move on to the 3. And in the 3 here, last time out, did very well, closed pretty good, wasn't super far back like he was the race before, but this horse just won by a half length coming in from the stretch. This horse is probably moving up in class here, is going to be asking a lot here, and the rider stays aboard, so that's probably a good thing. But for me at this race, I just think this horse has got a lot of work to do. Does kick it in really late, which is might be a little bad for this racetrack here. They even say there's a negative is on that. And the negative on the track and jockey Keeneland dirt, the running style, the jockey win percentage, all that stuff. To me, if the jockey knows the horse, jockey knows how to ride it, we're fine on that aspect. I'm not too worried about that part. I just think this horse might be a little outclassed. So I'm going to take a solid pass on this horse. And, if this horse beats me, this horse beats me. But not for my money on Saturday. Now, the 4 horse. This horse last time out ran pretty even overall. Look at this, ran third, fourth, third. Kind of lost ground a little bit at the end. But that's okay. It was not at Turfway. Time before that was on turf. Didn't do much on the turf. So, and horses are doing pretty good when they come from Turfway over to Keeneland. Now, they're doing something here with this horse. They're trying to wake this horse up, which this horse has been in grade 3 races. Has held its own, but pretty much ran even. Didn't show super much. They are throwing the blinkers on. They took it off the last 2 times. No, the blinkers is better for this horse. Juniors aboard, which is, in my opinion, very good. You got Riley Mott, Bill Mott's son. Not doing super hot right now, but he could get on a hot streak. He has been in the past, so I'm not too worried about that aspect of it. This horse could sit, probably a pace style race. That's what you're going to need to win this race. Does this horse is a major player? I mean, I don't think he's a major player. I think this horse is definitely for some of the exotics. You want to throw him in exacta some tries, maybe I could do that, but for me, it's definitely on the bottom side. So I think he's a player, but not a major player. All right, we got the 5 here. Look at this horse. Last time went wire to wire, just ran away at the end. No one came close to him. And then the time before that, tried it, got caught right at the end. You know, someone was challenging him there pretty good. And, you know, and the time before that was in the Kentucky Derby. So this horse has only had 2 races since the Kentucky Derby. Now, I don't care, and this is going for this next Kentucky Derby. Whatever horse, know how they finish, it does not matter if they finish first, second, or 20th. It doesn't matter for the next race because the Kentucky Derby is one of those races. Every horse, most of the time, almost every horse except for usually your leader, but sometimes the leader gets caught up with a speed duel. So they all have some kind of trouble. Bump here, bump there, check here, you know, all that stuff. This is going to happen a lot in derbies. So I toss that race out no matter what. So I'm not even looking at that when it finished 20th against Mystic Dan and Sierra Leone and Forever Young. I'm looking at everything else around it. And this horse has got serious talent. I think this horse is one of those with the speed. He could take the lead, which I believe he might, and just never look back. Or if someone else really gets brave and takes the lead, this horse could have enough speed to sit right with them and take over whenever you want. Is this a major player? You betcha this is a major player. The negative they're saying off of, what is it? Off of the class form layoff, up to 5 or more points in class or age. I'm not worried about that part. Horse won last time out as the favorite. So look, I believe that this horse is the one to catch, the one to beat. Look out. This is a must play for that win column. The 6, another one that has decent speed, but never gets the lead. He's more of a pressure type of horse. I see this horse doing the same thing again, sitting as close as possible. Dale Romans always gets the horses ready. I don't care. He doesn't win all the time. No, but he gets his horses ready, and they're ready for a big upset if they can. This horse is an 8-1. Is this horse a major player? Could be. You know, the way this horse runs could be a major player, but I'm playing it once again on the bottom side of my exotics. So that's how I'm going to look at it. What they say here on the negative, they're saying the same thing, negative form, laughter or layoff. They got the layoff since January. Dale Romans could get this horse back. I'm not worried about that at all. He could get him ready to go first time back out. The 7, another one that can sit there with the pace. Can this or will this horse sit on the pace? I don't know. This horse is moving up in class for this. Ran good the last time out. Look at that. I mean, sat right there, just didn't get the job done. Time before that, did get the job done, and non-winners of 1. And when it went to non-winners of 2, he just lost it. So this horse is a nice horse, and it could be a small stakes horse. For this allowance race, could be one of this is the perfect spot for this horse. For me, I would at best take it on the bottom side of my exotics, but I'm going to take a pass personally on this horse. I think there's a couple of others that could do a little bit better. The 8, here's another one that could be another one that does better. This one, it's been off since August of last year, so it's been some time. Yes, Kenny McPeak could get him ready, so I'm not too worried about that. Once again, there's certain trainers you don't have to worry about. Can this horse compete right now with some of these horses? I don't know. I'm going to say personally no right now, but this horse is definitely the horse for the future. Put this horse in your virtual stable to keep an eye on this horse. Watch how this horse runs this race. Might need one. I don't know. But if anybody could get him there, it will be Keeneland Peak. And remember who he was running against every time he ran. He ran against some really tough cookies out there, so look out. But for me, it's bottom side of the exotics, but that's it. And then the 9. This horse, last time out in February, didn't run a very good race. I thought this horse in that race, I actually liked that horse in that race last time out. Horse didn't fire at all. I even watched the video a couple of times, just didn't have anything. I'm kind of worried. Can this horse still do what it was doing the year before? Maybe, but let's see. He did run third behind Hit Show, which that horse went over to the Middle East and won that big race. I forgot how many millions of dollars, but the horse won that race. So for me, Skinner is the 9 here. I think this horse can be very tough. I think he's going to be tough in this race. Is he a major player? Maybe for that win column, but he's going to have everything set up his way. He is come from behind her. He's going to have to sit a little closer than normal to have a shot, which I think he might do, especially with Jose aboard. Jose and Cherie hooked up is 24% win column. You got to like that. So I think it's a player, but I still think the 5 is the horse to beat in this race. The 10, little speed, a little bit of a pressure type of horse, but is he fast enough to go with the 5? I'm going to say probably not. And plus, he won't have the kick at the end like the 5 does. So I'm going to take a hard pass on this horse. Even though it's a nice horse, it probably win some allowance races out there. It probably could win a small stakes here or there. But right now, I don't see this horse winning this race, how it's setting up for just one horse. And that's how I see it. So now, what we're going to do is I'm going to go next to see what Racelands, how they see this race is going to pan out. And here we go. Around turf, we're running race number 8. Okay. Okay, they see in the beginning the 10 taking the lead in the 5 second. The 10's going to have to gun to get to the 5. The 10 has to. And if he gets out there, the 5 doesn't need to take over. But if that 10 is just a tad bit slow and the 5's out there, that 10's going to use all his energy to try to catch up to the 5, and he will stay wide. The 5 will keep him wide as long as possible. So either way, I say the 5 is going to take over at one point halfway through this race. They're saying midway, they're saying the 10 will have the lead, the 5 will be second. And at the end, they're saying the 5 will win at 71% chance of winning. I agree 100% on this. They have the 9 finishing second at 10%. I agree 100% on this. This is where we differ. They have the 8, then the 2, then the 6. I have the 6 and then the 4. That's how I see it. But I think the 5 is a runaway. Right when they open up the gate, you might as well be standing in line to cash your tickets. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to go there. I just said it. So that's how I see that race. And let's see my factors, probable factors. This is what I do. Speed and class are both at 4. The form part is at 5. And then we got distance, jockey, trainer, and the pace all at 4. And then the trainer at 5. Track at 4. And then angles and track conditions both at 3. And then let's look at the morning line. Let's see what they got here. They got the 5 at 2 to 5, and it's 6 to 5 morning line. I think it's going to be lower than 2 to 5. I hate to say it. So the only way to make money on this horse is to probably single this horse on a pick 5s, pick 6s, pick 4s, pick 3s, singling on the doubles to a couple of horses, really nice. 1 or 2 horses, no more than 2. Hit them hard. Exacta, the way you think. I'm going to go 5-9 exacta big, 5 on top. That's it. That's how I'm going to do it. This is the only way you can make money with probably most likely a 1 to 2 type of horse. And so that's what I'm going to do. Now, we're going to go to the 9th race, which is one of the stakes races there at Keeneland, the Elkhorn. And but before we do, please, once again, get every one of our shows, every one of them. Hit that subscribe button, the little notification bell, and you'll get every one of my shows. Gio, John, everybody's that's going to be put out. Jim, you'll get every one of these shows. You want to get every bit of information you can for that Derby. And here we go with the 9th race. It's a 1.5 miles on the turf for older horses. Very interesting race. Very interesting. We got some decent horses in here. They're all kind of specialists for this type of race, long distance. So we'll start with the 1 Rebel Red. This horse, bred for this. Franco out of a Lemon Drop Kid mare. Bred for this 100%. Last time out, this horse didn't do so much. Time before that was out in front. I don't know if that horse should have been out in front by himself. Time before that came from way behind. Did very well. Time before that didn't do much. So, this horse is all over the board. What are we going to get from this horse? Well, I personally think this horse is going to come from behind a little bit. But remember, Keeneland, short stretch, okay, especially for that turf. So this horse is going to have to use some of that speed that we saw 2 races back to get a little closer than normal, but he's going to have to sit probably most likely 3rd or 4th. As long as he keeps him within striking distance, I'm going to say within 3 to 4 lengths, this horse will have a shot hitting the lane. They're saying it's a negative because the second start after a layoff was out of the money. Yeah, that was pretty bad. You want to see it a little bit of a going the right way, but I think this horse is a major player. Could be a major player for the win column. That's how I see it. So I wouldn't throw this horse out, especially at 8 to 1. Jose aboard. Cherie DeVoe. I mean, there's a lot of great things to like about this horse, so I will not toss this horse, especially if I'm playing a pick 5, pick 4, pick 6s. So now the 2 horse, Grand Sonata, Todd Pletcher. This horse last time out does have the speed to stay super close. Once again, it's what we're going to need on this track. Ran very good, sat close within 2 lengths, and still lost by a head. Now, you thinking sitting by 2 lengths, this horse should have taken over. That's what I think. You watch that video. The horse did try pretty hard, but just couldn't get past. But I think this horse has got the right running style for this race. Is this horse a major player? I totally think so, especially for that win column. Horse ships onto the track, wins at multiple circuits. That's a great combination. You look at this horse in the past. This horse usually comes from behind a little bit, but it sits pretty close overall. When he sits pretty close, except for that one time when he ran, he lost by a nose right here in July 20th. I mean, he was pretty far back, 10 lengths or more. That is at Mammoth Park, and that's a different track. We're not talking about that track. We are talking about Keeneland. Much shorter stretch. So I think this horse could do some damage. So I think this is a must play in all your exotics. The 3, Dean Martini. Always kind of like this horse, but this horse, I don't think so. the last couple of times really hasn't done much, and it's kind of got me worried or thinking about this horse a little bit. The horse is 8 years old, maybe could still keep up a little bit, but the last two times just hasn't shown it, and I think that's more of the question mark. And the angle-ish horse ships in and wins at multiple tracks. So for me, I'm taking a pass on him. I personally think he's done. Now, I could be totally wrong, of course, but that's my personal opinion. I think the horse has seen better days, and it's time for him to go out to the pastures and just enjoy life. Now, the 4 for Stampin', the last time was a puzzler. Didn't run well at all, but it was on the turfway, synthetic. Probably most likely didn't like it, and plus you have to be very close to the pace. This horse does come from behind, but sometimes he can sit pretty close and do some damage. So back on his favorite surface, close to do some kind of damage, and I just don't know if this horse could do it on this trip, especially against these guys in this class. Personally, I'm going to take a pass on this horse and look elsewhere. The 5, Utah Beach. Last couple times, once again, hasn't really shown too much. Does have, a great breeding for this for the surface and everything. But for me, on this horse is going to have to do something special. It's going to have to pick it up, in my opinion, especially at the end. And I just don't see this horse doing that. So I'm going to take 20-1, and I think it's going to be much higher than that at post time. Limited liability. The 6 horse. This horse has got the speed. He could be your leader. Just like I said on the other one, this one could be the one that be out there running out in front. DeTore is aboard, has rode this horse the last 2 or 3 times. 3 times. Excuse me. Has done about this horse a little bit. It's the horse race. I don't think anyone's going to push this horse. Then I think this horse is going to win. And that's if he gets a clean lead and by himself. Now, if they go faster than 113, probably in 2, if they go faster than 113 and 2, then I don't think he could win. If he goes slower than 113 and 2, look out. This horse might run away with it. Last time I see the angles here, horse for the course. I do believe that. I agree with that. And at this track, you got to have speed. You got to go for it. So, yeah. And this horse does well at this track. He's been in the money 3 times out of 3 tries. So, definitely a major player. I think there's 3 horses in this race that could win. He's definitely the one to actually probably beat because he will be out in front. That's why I say it like that. Look at his breeding, Kitten's Joy, out of a Blaine mare. Blaine, as a broodmare sire, is becoming a great stallion for that. Great. So look out for this horse in the winner's circle at the end. The 7, Anglophile. Okay, I'm gonna screw that one up. But look at this. Look at the breeding on the English Channel out of Kitten's Joy. Turf. That's all it screams, right? The horses have to come from behind. I don't see this horse being close at the end. I think this horse is going to have way too much work to do, and I'm going to look elsewhere for anything else, for exotics or anything like that. Old Crazy Bones, the 8 horse here, another one that could sit, pace, pressure type of horse. That's what this horse is going to need to do, but he's going to have to stay very close to that 6 to do any kind of damage. So, Can he do that is the big question. And I'm going to say no, I don't think so. Because if you look at his 6 furlong marks, 118, 116, and he won one and didn't do something with the other. So I don't think so. Not Saturday. Missed the cut. Excuse me. Cherie DeVoe, Velasquez. Horse comes from behind. He's an early type, pressure type, maybe a little bit too. He does stay up pretty close, but I think this horse is going to sit there like third or fourth and try to make one big run at it. That's how I see they're going to run this horse. Personally, does this horse got a shot? Yeah, this horse has got a shot, but I'm going to put this horse on the bottom side of my exotics. That's what I'm going to do with this horse. So that's where I'm going to play it. I mean, if you really like this horse, especially at 6-1, bet it. But like I said, I think the 6 is going to go. Probably has a great chance of going wire to wire. The 10 horse here starting over. After the last race, he probably needs to start over, but we could toss that last race if you really want to. But that was in July of last year. So can this horse be ready with this group? Oh, this is a tough group. This is really tough. This horse is going to have to be 100% ready to rock and roll. But Brittany, look at her when she gets them ready. Yes, she gets them ready. She knows how to do it. 31% win column after 6+ months. Hey, you gotta like that a lot. So is this horse got a shot to win? Yeah, maybe. Not in my book, but I personally think this horse, you better be playing this on the bottom side of your exotics, because this is one of them that you could really sneak up and get in there. And look at that, 20-1. You definitely want that type of price when you do that. And then I rather be blessed. 11. It's got some speed. Will this be the speed of the race? This horse is going to have to gun it. He's going to have to gun it from his post to get to the 6. Once again, it kind of goes back to the last race, what we kind of talked about. I don't think the 6 has to have the lead. I don't think so. But I think if he does get the lead by himself, it's over. So the 11 is going to have to go after him. That's the chance for the 11. That's the only chance for the 11. Will he do it? I don't know. I think the 6 is faster than him, and I think the 11 is going to be sitting second, trying to push him. And let's just see how much he does push him is the main question. The 12, Balinka Kova. Last time the last race was not good. The time before that was not bad, but that was in November at Del Mar, the Hollywood Turf Cup. Finished pretty good. This horse is going to come from behind. Phil D'Amato does get him ready for these type of races, so don't think twice about that part. For me, I'm going to take a hard pass, no, but I wouldn't be super shocked, I guess, but I'm taking a hard pass, no, on this horse on this day, Saturday. And the horse ships into a track and wins at multiple circuits. I can see that because of the trainer always gets him ready. The 13, Native Shaman. Look, this horse last time out did really good, but that was at on the all-weather track at Gulfstream Park. And at Churchill Downs in a longer stretch, the horse did close pretty good and finish and got him. This horse is going to have to sit very close. This horse has won here at Keeneland. But if you look at that race, sat very close. Third, fifth by 4 lengths, fifth by 3 lengths, and won. Now, but that was in a non-winners of 1. This is a stakes race. You're going up against it. To me, good luck. So I'm going to take a hard pass on that horse. So let's check out and see what Race Lens has for this race. They see the 6 getting a clean lead. They think the 11 is going to sit there third with the 2. And then at the midway, they think the 6 is going to be leading. And if that's all true right there, just that first part, if that's all true, it's over. Over. Now, if the 11 does push that 6, then like I said, the 2, the 1, I mean, even the 9 has a heck of a shot to get in there and win this race. But they have the 6 there, 11, and at the end, they're saying 6 is going to win at 48% chance. I agree. The 2 is second. I agree again. The 1 third. I agree. And the 9 fourth. I agree again. That's scary, very scary. So here's my probable factors for on the turf at Keeneland. The speed, class, and form all at 4. The distance, jockey, trainer all at 3. The pace, trainer, and track all at 4. And then angles and condition at 3. And let's check out the probable odds. What's good odds to bet on? They have the 2 at 2 to 1. You're going to get 4 to 1. I think you're going to get more than 4. I think you're going to rank around 4 to 1 on the 2, maybe close to it. It won't go down to 2 to 1. I don't think. The 6 even money, 8 to 5. Let's put it this way. I'll take even money. But I think, the 6 has got a shot. The 2's got a shot. What about that 1? You got 8 to 1 morning line on there. I think it's going to go up a little bit. The 9, you got 6 to 1. I think that's going to go up a little bit, maybe. Maybe the 2 might be the second favorite in that race. So we'll see how that really pans out. Now, let's go and see how I'm going to play this pick 4. I think you guys probably almost got a pretty good guess of how I'm going to do this pick 4. And so here we go. In the 8th race, remember the pick 4 starts in the 8th race. In the 8th race, I like 5, 9, 6, 4. I'm going to play exacta 5 on top of the 9. I'm putting a win on the 5. I'm doing a daily double 5, 2, the 6, and the 2. And then in that pick 4, I'm singling the 5 in that 8th race. Single the 5. I know I'm crazy. Here we go. Crazy Charles, singling horses. I got to do it. When you like something, you like it. You got to go for it, right? The second leg, which is the race we just went over, I think that race, if the 6 doesn't win wire to wire, I think it's wide open. So I'm going 6, 2, 1, 9, 10 on my pick 4. So, and then the third leg, which is the 10th race, I'm going 7, 1, 4, 3. And then that last leg, the 4th leg, the 11th race, that's another open race, if you ask me. I'm going 7, 8, 15, 12, 4, 7. So in that 9th race, the order I'm picking, I'm saying 6, 2, 1, 9. I'm doing a try 6, 2 over the 6, 2, 1, 9, 10 to the all. Just that's how I'm going to play it. 10th race, I'm going 7, 1, 4, 3. And my exact is just going to be the 7 over the 1. I'm not going to play around. In the 11th race, I got 7, 8, 15, and 12. I'm going in the try 7, 8 with the 7, 8, 15, 12, 4 to the all. That's how I do it. That's how I see it. And that's what we're going to do. So let's go out there and get this one. Let's get some money for that Kentucky Derby. Once again, please watch all our shows, subscribe, and don't miss one of the shows. And I'm going to be putting out probably next week a couple of shows. And then on Derby week, that week I'm going to put out one separate show for the Oaks. And I'm doing another separate show for the Derby. And, of course, you got John's seminar. Check that all out. A lot of people like that. And shoot me an email if you have any questions about anything Derby or anything like that. And so until then, I hope everyone goes out there and gets some winners. And I will see you.
There's a lot of ways to handicap a horse race and a lot of ways to bet on it. But nobody that I know does it like Giosetti and his full card, precise order handicap. Every horse in the race gets a predicted order of finish like only Gio can do, way beyond a deep dive, available exclusively on select days at Past the Wire. This is important, so you're going to want to remember it. If you're a cat and you want to become a lion, you're going to have to lose your taste for rats.
Hey, Sure Bet Coffee. Put that giddy up in your cup. That giddy up in your cup. Sure Bet Coffee.
It's always a pleasure for me, Jonathan, to be with you. You were the first person that gave me an interview when I came to United States, so I will be grateful to you forever.
I knew you were one of the best riders in the world.
Himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost your Italian.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, presented by Wager.
Tracking trips at Past the Wire. There is no better time than now to join and ride with this claim. We'll be your second set of expert trained eyes. We ain't gonna buy you a fish. Sure, we'll give you some, but more importantly, we'll show you how to fish and make you a better. CAWs, sharks in the water, no problem. We'll go against anybody, and we have the track record to prove it. Big days, big pools, and select days all year long. Well, I'll play them all. Looking for an ace? You're in the right place. Want to find that diamond? Be with us. Want to know more? Just ask a member or visit us at pastthewire.com and check out the Tracking Trips page. Nobody does it better. Remember, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a banana.
It's The Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Courtney and Luis Saez to win the Elkhorn Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Blood. That makes you related. Loyalty. That makes you family. Nobody does it better.